It was 1971 or 1972. I was going to be going up to Oregon. And I knew that Ken Kesey lived up there, and I had always been a great admirer of him, as a writer, mainly. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, of course, and then Sometimes a Great Notion, which I read a few times and thought was a really great novel. So, and then of course it was interesting, what's he doing with these pranksters and the hallucinogenics and whatever. So I thought it would be fun to meet him. And I had some friends who knew him, but it's usually been my way. As those of you on live video know, I'm pretty independent, and somebody can recommend that I go see somebody and write me a letter of introduction or whatever. I don't use it usually because I want to find out what would happen on my own steam. So a friend of mine was a friend of Kesey's, Gavin Arthur, a noted astrologist and one of the first people to do horoscopes in the Bay Area, and also a newsboy on Powell and Market, and just happened to be the grandson of the President of the United States, Chester Alan Arthur. Anyway, he was a good friend of mine, and he said, when I told him I wanted to go to Kesey's, he said he would write me a letter of introduction, and I told him no. I didn't want a letter from Gavin. I wanted to see what would happen. At the time, I was touring quite a bit with my harpsichord, and I had a concert in Portland, and I was driving my instrument, which is big. I thought I might offer to play a concert in return for being able to stay there for a couple of days. That was my plan. So I pulled into the farm about 2 in the afternoon. There was one man out there working. He didn't look like Kesey to me. I mean, I'd seen pictures on book covers of Kesey, so I didn't think it was he. So I hopped out of the hearse. I thought it was interesting. He had absolutely no reaction. But I thought, he's probably stoned or something. So I told him that I was a musician and was on my way home from Portland and thought I'd stop by. I'd like to meet Kesey, and if they wanted, even I could play the harpsichord. I had it in the car, in the back of the hearse. Would you like a cup of tea? He said. We had some tea, and during the rest of the afternoon, people arrived. A few people, obviously, that lived there. I was never introduced to any of them. Nobody ever asked who I was or what was I doing there or what was that with that car? What's that hearse doing out there? There was absolutely no recognition of this being a special moment. I was pretty blown away by that. I did not feel happy. I was not a happy camper. But every once in a while, like we'd be sitting around or something, and suddenly that feeling would all disappear. And I'd feel like I belonged there. But almost as soon as I recognized that was happening, it was over, because I started analyzing the situation. And then we had dinner. It was very nice. I helped in the kitchen and stuff. There were maybe 8 or 10 people there. And then they said they were going to go into Eugene. I still hadn't been able to spot Kesey. They said they were going into Eugene to his brother's house because they go there every Wednesday night to watch Star Trek. It was a ritual. So everybody got ready to go, and nobody invited me, right? And then I said, would it be okay? Could I come along? They looked at me like I was nuts. I didn't know how to process all this. Not at that time, not with my life experience, although I consider I was pretty wild up to that point. this was taking me someplace different that was disturbing me. And so we went into Eugene, to Kesey's brother's house, and we watched Star Trek. Then after Star Trek, this man went up to the TV and he started doing these amazing things with it. It was still on, but just, I don't know, it had been rigged or something. Anyway, he was making art out of the TV. It was pretty amazing. And then I thought, that looks like him. That's got to be him. That's him. Well, now what? Because we'd been spending a couple of hours there, no recognition of me being there at all, right? By him. I was never presented to him or anything like that. There's nothing. So I thought, the time has come. I have to do something.